Today I want to share with you what an inspiring subject and a sketchbook can create. When I bought these eggs, these are quail eggs that were blown out. You can see the holes here. I found a site on Etsy that was selling them, and I just wanted a variety because I like to take these out into the garden and shoot them, photograph them. I also like to set up still lifes. So I thought little quail eggs would be really, really nice. And I want you to see just how tiny they are. Let me grab one here. So this is my palm. So they're much smaller than like an egg that you eat. But I love the speckles on them. And of course, I was really drawn to the muted colors. Now, I don't know if you know this, but quail eggs come in a lot of different colors. I picked kind of a more neutral base. This one's more light green, light blue. This one's more kind of like a soft khaki green. And then these were all kind of mixtures, and I like these. And check out the ones with the really big spots. Aren't they fun? I love that. So let me take you inside the sketchbook so you can see the evolution of this. The first thing I drew when I got them was eggs. I was trying to figure out how I could shade the bottom and leave a little bit of reflected light on the bottom. And that's where you see this little bitty band. So if you are thinking about something like this, as it wraps around, this comes around the object and leaves a little bit of light, and that's called reflective light. And that's why the shadows sometimes don't go all the way to the bottom. Now this of course will make a difference on your surface. So if you're photographing on a black surface, you probably won't get as intense brightness as a white surface will give you. So I was practicing with this. I was also trying out the different speckles. You can see I have got a real faint. There's some smaller ones, but then I really, really like these big ones. And then I was looking at colors, trying to figure out how I could mute the colors down and get them to these lovely shades. You can see here, I'm just trying to match them. That one's really good for this. And then what I did was I stepped it out with more water. Remember, in watercolor, if you add more water, it gets lighter, or it creates a tint, which is a lighter value. So I knew these would be really pretty, but I also knew as I added water, so this is a pure color, think about 50% water, and think about 10% color, 90% water. So that's how I went with that. So each one got a little lighter. You're just really rinsing your brush one more time. And then I decided to just put the word quail eggs up here and use some of these palette colors that I had. So let me turn it this way so you can really see the beauty of these colors. Aren't they pretty? And then there's my writing of quail eggs. And then there's my eggs. You can see all the different spots. And here I was just trying to do different value spots too. So you can see some are lighter on the top, some are darker on the bottom, and then I've got these really fine ones here. And it took me probably about 12 pages before I thought about quail eggs again. Now, in the meantime, I'm photographing these eggs and I'm taking them out in the yard. I'm bringing leaves in because I knew I wanted them sitting on some oak leaves. So let me show you this. Here's one of my setups. And you can see again, I'm playing with the colors here because remember, I want something really muted. I found some really dried leaves. This was fall when I was playing with this. And it just lent itself really nice. I played with the shadows. I picked a photograph that had a lot of dark shadows, and that's what's giving all these little interesting lines here. Even though the quail eggs really don't demand your attention, the shadows do. You can see the deep shadow under this quail egg really makes you look at it. And then these deep lines over here make you look at those other two eggs. Now really look, there is only dark shadow here and dark shadows here. If I got rid of that there, you can see that it's pretty monotone. There's not a lot of darkness. The darkness is what makes your attention draw to the eggs. So just remember that if you want something to show up or be your focal point, put a dark shadow under it or put something dark right next to it. From here, I was having so much fun with the colors, I decided to do a big color chart for myself. So here's what I created with that. And I just really loved everything about this. I love the softness. You can see these are the colors that I used here and here. And really what I was looking for was a variety of browns, a variety of blues, a variety of greens, and then I tossed in some yellows just to see what would happen. And I was just thrilled with the way that this looks. It's all muted, every color looks different, and I have some with granulation, some without granulation, but they just are overall wonderful. And I can see quail eggs of all colors with this. So from here, after I played with this and got excited about colors, this is when I'm like, I have to share this in a class. So this was my idea for quail eggs and feathers. And I'm going to show you the class pieces in a minute. We're going back to the sketchbook. So from that, I went to this. And I started playing with the eggs again to see what else I could do with them. And I looked up a quail feather, and this is actually what a quail feather looks like. It has these white spots. Isn't that charming? I just found that really beautiful. And then I started playing with different colors and different spots, just trying them wet. So while the egg was wet, trying them dry, doing values when the egg was wet. I was really just playing to see what kind of different tones I could get. But look how charming this little feather is with those dots. So fun. And then from there, I started taking the eggs out into the garden, and this was my trial pieces for the course. I wanted to just have fun and make you notice the egg, but not really notice the egg. You'll see that in a lot of my pieces, I want you to discover, because that's part of my aesthetic. I want you to come closer, and I want you to have a look and look at my details and see what else you discover. So when I was thinking on this, now this started way back here in August of 2022, and the class came out in May 23. So that's how long I sat on this and played and thought of more things to do. So I started what I'm calling the Sketchbook Series. And inside the Sketchbook Series, it is as many courses as you could fit in one sketchbook. So Quail Eggs and Feathers is my first one. This is a Stillman and Byrne beta series, and it's the square. So I believe it's 7.5 by 7.5. I just really love the square format. So what I did was I left a page so that I can write what courses are included in here. And I'm going to do a quick flip through of the course. So we do a title page, Quail Eggs and Feathers. We are painting all that with soft colors. We even do a quail. We'll get to that. The quail was added during class. I show you how to make this giant chart inside of the class here. So I just taped it in. And then I talk to you about colors so that I don't want you to have to buy any paints. I know you have plenty that will work. So we worked with different blues, and we worked with different browns and different greens. We even worked with a coral to see what colors we could get. And that was really thrilling to know that whatever color you had, it was going to work, because really, remember, we just need to mute it down. So all I can say is buff titanium is always your friend if you're trying to mute something down. And the students really appreciated that I didn't ask them to buy paints. I just said use what you have, and we will go over all of the colors. I will be doing something like this inside of every sketchbook series because they're all going to be a little different. And then we worked on eggs. Understanding the perspective of an egg, egg patterns, freehanding, drawing, showed you all of that. And then we painted some eggs. It's real important to me that we draw and then we paint. That's part of the sketchbook habit for myself. And so many people are afraid to draw Believe me, if you can draw a circle, a square, and a triangle, I can teach you to draw just about anything. So just know that. We go step by step through everything that you see here. And then we worked on feathers. We talked about the importance of feathers and how they're curved and they don't look like arrows. And then we painted some. And there's, of course, the spotted feather showed up again. And again, this was using different kind of colors, wet on wet, wet on dry, just so that we are learning how to do both. Then we drew the little quail, and you can see we drew the big one first, and then I had us draw that tiny one, and that tiny one is what ended up here, where we painted him. Isn't he cute? So yes, big first and then small. And again, we just start with circles, you guys. So don't be intimidated by this at all. You can see I've got sketch lines all over the place there. And that's exactly what you should see in your sketchbook because you want to remember what you did. And then here I just played with value and tone. So we just did a compilation of whatever colors you wanted to use on your eggs and just played. We worked with big spots and we did some mixed media editions of how to get different spots in there. And I think it's just really pretty how it looks. And then the eggs into the garden. Remember that last page of my sketchbook that I was showing you. So this is how the egg looks around all of the greenery. And these were the color values that I ended up using. So whenever I put a color in here, I put it over here. And then these were the flowers in the garden again. And that is the whole course of Quail Eggs and Feathers. And you can see that it all started from this. I had no idea these little eggs would inspire me to create a whole series. It is amazing what a sketchbook will do. It is amazing how you just push a little bit. You know, I just wanted to draw some eggs and then I wanted to just play with some colors so that the page looked pretty together. And then just by having the eggs, by just putting them on some leaves that I always drag in the house. And to me, this is just a beautiful thing because it's things that I bought, which were the eggs, and things that I absolutely love, which are the leaves. And taking photographs at all different angles until one was really pleasing to me. And you saw all the trials and errors in here and the big color chart. So all of that started from these little eggs. And I had no idea when I started this or bought these eggs that a course would happen. But I'm so happy that it did because as of right now, I have 12 Sketchbook Series classes coming. That's how many I was inspired to do after this. The names just kept coming and coming and coming. And so it's just been really great to explore. And so if you haven't opened your sketchbook yet or pulled it off of that shelf, get it down and start playing with it. Really, because you just never know what's going to happen. A sketchbook is full of possibilities, but it's waiting for you to play, and it's waiting for you to get inside it and see what else you can do. If you are interested in Quail Eggs and Feathers, I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you were inspired today by the power of your sketchbook, please like, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.